too much success with all their insightful views. Do you grow yourself or buy from the top shelf? Are you here to take the reins and gain back your health? Whatever it is, you know the biz. Leave a like, crack a pipe, and let's get on with it. If you want to acquire the knowledge, you don't have to go to college. You can just come hang with Aaron and Dave.
Hey, welcome to the Elevated News Podcast with Two Dope Dudes. We're back.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Did you miss me?
It's been a couple weeks. Sorry about that. Schedules, vacations, work stuff.
I'm
happens.
busy.
Yeah, it
I'm
happens.
sorry. I am a busy character. I've been out of the state.
We've been
more.
researching.
In the last 21 days, I've been out of the state more than I have been in the state. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's been crazy.
Thank you.
I can't wait to talk about it, hopefully. I found some pictures online
Yeah.
of you holding.
Oh,
Yes,
precious nuggets.
Precious nuggets.
Precious nuggets.
Yeah.
I love that.
But yeah, we're back for season 2. We dropped season 2, episode 53, and then
That's awesome.
And then we took a break, and we did some researching, we did some soul searching, we did some other things too, and we're back. So hey, welcome back, baby.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I did miss it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We tried
honestly.
to get an online episode in, and just with the scheduling, just wasn't going to happen.
Bruh.
I know, right?
Yeah, and I would have sounded horrible not coming through like this nice ASMR.
Yeah,
you know?
that's right.
Yeah.
Hey, let's run through plugs, and then we can get on with the show.
Get to it.
If you grow, you know. Having the right gear for your home garden makes all the difference. That's why you need to get on board with Crop Culture's quarterly home grower boxes.
Crop Culture releases insane value boxes every 3 months packed with premium seeds, growing equipment, and unique extras tailored for those who want to plant with a purpose.
But that's not all. Coming soon, they're launching monthly crop drops, where you can snag a pack or two of Fire Genetics along with must-have gardening accessories like AC Infinity's legendary trimming scissors.
We're talking stickers, mystery goodies, and deeply discounted bundles you won't find anywhere else. Just an easy one-time purchase with no commitment.
Their current quarterly box is an absolute steal, featuring top-shelf genetics, a pH meter or smell-proof bag, monitoring tools, fermented plant probiotics, and more.
And for our listeners, use the code 2DOPEDUDES for $10 off any purchase of $100 or more at cropculture.net.
So whether you want the full quarterly experience or just need a regular re-up, Crop Culture's got you covered.
Level up your garden and score some gear that'll have your plants standing tall. If you grow, you know you need to check them out at cropculture.net before sold-out regret sets in. Let them help you plant with a purpose. Hey, Curious connoisseurs, are you looking to elevate your wellness routine? Take it up a notch with Mr. CBD Chicago.
That's right, dude. They've got everything you need from their brand new El Jefe line with CBD and THC sprays for a discreet and convenient dose, to their legendary Moonrock Matte Bottle Rockets and the always satisfying Spliff Society pre-rolls.
And listen up, 2Dope Dude listeners. Use the code 2DOPEDUDES at checkout for 10% off your entire order at MrCBDChicago.com. That's right, 10% off.
So ditch the stress and embrace the good vibes with Mr. CBD Chicago. Head over to their website today. Just remember, use the code 2DOPEDUDES for that sweet discount. You're not going to regret it. Hey there, fellow plant enthusiasts. Tired of using chemical fertilizers that harm your soil and the environment?
We feel you. That's why we want to introduce you to Green Grow Biological.
Green Grow offers organic soil amendments packed with beneficial bacteria and mycorrhizae fungi like their popular Pride Bloom fertilizer and flower finisher.
These little powerhouses work together to improve your soil health, helping your plants grow strong and healthy naturally. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, Green Grow has something for you.
And because Green Grow is committed to sustainable practices, you can feel good about what you're putting into your home and garden.
Head over to thegreengrow.com to learn more about their amazing products and how they can help you take your gardening to the next level.
And listen up, because here's a special offer just for our listeners. Use the code 2DOPEDUDES for 10% off your entire order at thegreengrow.com.
That's 2 dope dudes for 10% off at greengrow.com. Happy planting.
You can find us, the Elevated News Podcast, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all your other favorite streaming and podcast apps. 2 Dope Dudes YouTube channel. Please give us a like, leave a review. We love your comments. We always like to respond to them.
I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this obviously helps us reach more people because YouTube doesn't like cannabis content, even if it's just talking about the news or just educational about the plant. We get
I've been shut down forever.
Yeah, we get age restricted. My other channel, The Growers Hangout, got a warning the other day for showing vegetative cannabis plants, which is ridiculous. And
yeah, they don't like that.
They don't like that either, and they don't really tell you. So please leave us a like, leave a review, give us a subscribe, and subscribe to the Growers Hangout on YouTube as well. Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock, me and Chris from Crop Culture and Pete from Heisenturp Brothers. Wait till you see who we grow with next. Having a lot of fun. This week is Chi-Town Canna Chica.
Oh.
Last week was Eric from Thrive Probiotics. It was a really fun episode.
I have caught some of this content, and I do thoroughly enjoy it.
It's educational.
Yeah.
It's we're doing something that other people out there are really they're not bringing this level of education about growing, and it's taken off and it's fun.
Yeah, Chris knows his shit. Pete knows his shit.
Yep.
Fucking, you guys actually genuinely have a good thing going over there. And
yeah.
It's hey, if you haven't checked it out, you're missing something.
Yeah, you're missing it.
Yeah.
And then you can find us supportdopepeople.com along with links to our other pods and free stickers just by providing your email and address. We got lots of new stuff going on. Check it out for cool promo codes for other places. Just like Build a Soil, you can save yourself 5% on your orders. Use the code SupportDopePeople. Lots of people are using it.
Yeah.
Check it out. You can always email us at 2dopedudespodcast@gmail.com for all your questions or things you want us to talk about. Dave?
Hey, what are you doing on Thursday night? If you got questions about cannabis, it's a good time to reach out to me. Anytime's a good time to reach out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Peace, love, and cope. You can do it on Facebook. You can do it on YouTube.
That's right.
Whatever you want to do. But I'm live on Thursday nights, and it's a good time to get some real direct, honest conversation going. So even if you guys are sitting here listening to me and you go, whatever the fuck you just said, I don't like that, I want to talk to you about it, hit me up on Thursday. Let's talk about it. Because I do believe that my perspective on cannabis after going and
I can't wait
existing in the space that I was recently, my perspective at cannabis is different, and it's not a better or worse or nothing. I just think that I am so narrow-minded at treating this thing respectfully as we can call it medicine, we can call it whatever. To me, it is the world's best symptom alleviant, and we aren't even touching the surface as far as how extensive it is for its capabilities, because it even is, we've heard the glory stories, right? So I want to see it treated better, but yeah, I cannot wait to talk a little more about it. I have a different perspective. Join me on Thursday nights.
Ever changing, willing to change.
I live,
David Cope.
Yeah.
Hey, let's
constant never-ending improvement.
That's right.
Can I?
Season 2 of the Dudes. Make some predictions.
Hey.
Sorry, I just had a mini stroke. Will they be right?
Man.
We got some comments. Let's talk about these comments real quick. The salty one, Dope Sesh 100.
Thank you. Cheers.
John Voight, let's grow.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Shelly Saucier sent some hearts. Thank you. Appreciate you.
God, Joe, I
talked to him today. Miss you guys. My health has been bad, but I'll catch up soon. I talked to him. I asked him how he was doing. He's all good. He was just had a little flare up, and you know how that goes. But he's good to go. I was talking to him today about we were discussing drying ways to dry your harvest.
Yeah. I'll also point you in the direction of a few things that might be going on that are accessible and available. And, I'm not taking you away from anybody else's shit, but there's some access to some things in this world nowadays that could help you through some of your symptoms, and I'll talk about it in a bit.
Yeah. I saw him right before 4th of July too. Yeah, it was a good time.
I need to
Love that guy.
fucking get together with him.
I bet
Joe, I miss you, buddy.
I bet he'll be out at the Melt Market this weekend.
Yeah, where's that?
That is in St. Charles.
Oh,
Fox Valley Growers Club
I
will
got
have a
2 rounds this
yeah,
weekend.
I know. Clash, right? Are you
Yeah.
playing Clash or are you
No.
just caddying Clash?
Caddy, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Dudley Dawson. Great show, dudes. Got to get me one of those shirts. I support the micro movement. Dudley Dawson, you're the man.
Dude, honestly, fucking love that guy a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah,
Same.
we've been having some good interactions here lately, and
Fellow mod on the Peace Loving Cope YouTube channel. Check us out.
yeah, he's a genuine, decently great human.
Yeah.
Anyway,
David Graff says, got to come see y'all. David,
Oh.
anytime.
yes. Which one's David Graff? Is
Da-
that? Oh,
that Fire Ferments.
yeah.
David from Fire Ferments.
That's what I was
It's
hoping.
because I always say
David?
I always say David from Fire Ferments.
Please do.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah, I know.
who he is. I'm sorry, there's a lot of us out there. There's another David
Yeah.
who also works at a dispensary who comes around the crowd. I can't remember his last name.
Spacement grown
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah, here we go. This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of us out there, so I got to keep it straight. Bruh, I fucking feel so terrible. We need to get with Mark called me the other
I
day,
know.
about a week or so
I
ago.
know.
I tried to call him back and never got a hold of him.
Shout out to the Honeycomb Hideout. We got to get out there. We need to, we started talking about that, and then we need to talk about that.
I'm missing so many things in my
I know.
life. I literally just was driving back over here from the bank a few minutes ago. I told you I was going to the bank, whatever.
Yeah.
I was talking to the girlfriend. I said, you know what? I might be spreading myself too thin. There's a lot of stuff going on out that way that, I'm giving a lot of attention to the stuff that isn't like where my passions are at, which is this shit.
Yeah.
I love cannabis. I love this culture. I love this group of people that y'all have introduced me to and
But
made me a part.
you're doing work out that way too, and it's not necessarily bad work.
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
I actually love working too. It's a fucked up thing. I got like an addiction problem.
Yeah. And then Alchemy, miss you too, man. Sorry, checked out halfway through that damn work call. Alchemy is a friend of mine from a different internet space, but a
fuck
very
yeah.
good friend, very old friend.
All right, Alchemy.
Yeah,
Thanks the
Alchemy
shit
is
out of you.
He is the man. Love that guy. Oh yeah.
You
So
know, yeah.
that was-
You know what? That just those 7 comments for all you that are listening just made my fucking day.
oh yeah.
So thank you all for doing that. And anybody else who's listening who didn't take the time to comment last time, you can do it this time. It will make me talk to you next time.
Yeah. And give it a thumbs up. We can always use that. Hey, let's get into some news. Did you know that Illinois marijuana retailers have already sold $1 billion in legal products so far this year? The fat governor announced.
Yeah. You know what's really
I'm sorry,
funny?
I shouldn't fat shame him. I should just shame him for
No.
being a terrible person.
Bitch. Fat bitch.
Fat bitch.
No, you know what? Well, that's what the JB it stands for, just bitch.
Just bitch.
No, I honestly, jiggly bitch. I can't stop doing it in my head
Yeah.
now. I realize that a lot of people actually think that he's more of a problem than not. A lot of people do.
He kind of is.
Yeah.
He gets in the way of things.
And not even just physically.
No, I mean,
I mean, he definitely plugs up some holes physically.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no
Yeah.
toilets. Anyway, so marijuana retailers in Illinois have already sold more than $1 billion in legal cannabis products during 2024. JB Pritzker announced on a Wednesday. It's always obviously that was back in the day, noting that the state reached the $1 billion mark at a faster pace than it did in 2023.
No shit.
You think? The total.
I wonder if it's at a greater rate than inflation.
I doubt.
You know what I mean?
I wish we could
if
have-
we just put
I would-
3% on top of last year's sales
Yeah.
at the time that last year hit $1 billion, would we fucking,
Maybe.
you know what I mean? Or the whatever the fuck the interest rates of nowadays are, 6.5,
So
7.
the total sales amount includes more than $850 million worth of recreational cannabis and nearly $150 million in medical marijuana. Hold on. Do you want me to say that again for you, David? So let me just. The total sales amount includes more than $850 million worth of recreational cannabis and nearly $150 million in medical marijuana.
You almost made 150, Matt. No, it's silly to me. It's still silly to me that many people are willing to spend their money recreational. I completely, you have to understand how much I genuinely empathize and understand. There are some people who cannot do it, right? Some,
Can't do it, Captain. I don't have the power.
but I would wonder
So
how
he's-
much of that is out of state.
He said state legal stores passed this threshold this year on July 1st. Last year, they hit the milestone on July 10th. A sign, officials say, that the marijuana market
3%, no
in
chance.
Illinois is still expanding. Now he says
Not
that,
against inflation.
right, the state marijuana industry, which he called the most equitable cannabis industry in the country, is growing and thriving.
Yeah, with a bunch of licenses that people can't use.
Hold on. Well, you know what, Dave, hold on, buddy.
I'm sorry, I
Hold on,
keep
buddy,
jumping.
because the disparity and availability study has finally been released. But
Oh!
we're going to get to that
Here
because
we
it's
go.
246 pages.
We got time for that.
Yeah, we do.
All right.
So
We got Twista coming in to
Yeah.
read it.
yeah, basically, in terms of fiscal 2024, which ended last month, saw more than $2 billion in cannabis sales. In fiscal 2023, that number was $1.9 billion. In 2022, it was 1.8.
Wow. Here we go. Just keep going up. Do you know how old I feel now that I just said Twista? There's probably like 7,000 actually like choppa rappers, like people that could
Yeah.
rap that way faster than Twista could, maybe even. I don't
Probably.
even know anymore.
Like,
But I
Dark-
just sound like an old man,
yeah,
I feel
I
like.
guess.
Yeah. Fuck.
So here's some interesting stuff that they said. Currently, 218 marijuana retailers are licensed with state regulators.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. It went from 110 last year, whatever the fuck it was, 100 and some.
Right.
Well, yeah. And we're starting to see some prices go down. What does that say? Hold on.
According to state sales data, prices on some adult use cannabis products have fallen over the past few years, while others have held roughly steady. Most notably, dabbable extracts fell from as opposed to non-dabbable extracts. Okay. Most notably, dabbable extracts fell from a high of $125 per gram in March 2020 to about $58 per gram last month. Marijuana flower, this is non-dabbable marijuana flower, by the way, meanwhile has fallen from about $17.50 per gram in early 2020 to $9.20 per gram last month.
And it's only going to go down. The other
So
thing.
hold on.
Holy
One of this, I was talking, and I've probably said this before. If you really want to know, go back and listen to all the podcasts. But somebody who is in the C-suite of a multi-million-dollar cannabis company told me specifically that prices are down in response to the black market, period. And that's what they won't tell you.
But they're not. They're competing against other markets, which is the issue. And it's really wild. The black market does exist still,
Yeah.
right? We all know. But
She.
but the it's hard when we've now gotten to the place of extraction licenses, right? Because here's what's happening. Infusion licenses. We didn't even
Right.
call them extraction licenses because you are not allowed to fucking extract. You are allowed to infuse, which means that you buy bulk distillate
Yep.
from a cultivation center who's allowed to grow and extract.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z.
You buy any form of whatever extract you want.
Sure.
Right. But then you have to infuse it. Well, here's the thing. What's okay with that is that no, there's nothing good. Here's what's good for us as the end consumer. infusers use a proprietary blend of flavonoids, right? Or terpenoids. They're getting them botanically. They're not coming from marijuana plants or cannabis plants.
No, probably like Flavor West or
Yeah,
something like that.
whatever it is.
Same
And
stuff
that's
that you put in your e-cig
bingo.
juice.
But
Flavor
those
West.
things are also getting distilled off of decent plants, right? They're coming from a plant matter most of the time. Sometimes you've got some synthesized bullshit and but even then,
all of this stuff is like the flavorings, like specifically from Flavor West, is all FDA approved. It's the same stuff that is used in flavorings for all of our food, cookies,
that's what I'm
all
saying.
of that
But
stuff. It's people
even-
don't realize that's what it is.
But well, to get those, the way that people get that is to make the essence of. The way to make the essence of is to pretty much distill the fucking thing, right? Because you pull off all of whatever the flavonoids, terpenoids, whatever the excess things that come from them plants, right? That they're secreting naturally. You pull all of that and you retain it, and then it takes a lot to get a little sometimes, right? And that's what we don't understand. But anyway, fuck that. Here's the thing. These people are getting distillate.
Press 20 grams of flour to get 5 grams of extract. And then, I mean, that's...
Oh, people are even getting worse returns than that. There's a lot going on in my head with how things are being handled around cannabis and how some people... It's like we just get into our own little mindset of how things are supposed to go, and then we go, this is it, that's it. And then some of us act hoity-toity towards shit, and some of us use words that don't necessarily matter. And as an industry, we use words that don't matter, right? The word solvent, to begin with, when water is the universal solvent,
Truth.
right? And then we call fucking hash rosin fucking solventless. It's wild to me, right? Now, is it non-hydrocarbon? 1,000,000%. Is there a lot going? Anyway, that might be taking it to a next level. I'm just saying, these infusers get a fucking distillate, and then they put their fucking shit back into it. Their proprietary flavonoids or whatever. So from state to state, you're actually getting brand recognition. It's the weirdest shit to me, because from state to state, these MSOs do not equate. Even if they bring the same genetics over,
if the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
Well, but that's it, you know. And if you're growing the glove here and they're growing the glove over there, and they get fucking more sunlight and we get less, or they're doing it indoors and we're doing it outdoors, or they grow it in fucking dirt and we grow it in cocoa, or they fucking, do you know the multitude? And all of you do, because a lot of you are growers that listen to this. You know the multitude of factors that can go on. So the difference from, like to say, like, let's call it a Cresco, right? Because they're from state to state. Their flour is not going to stay consistent. Though under their brand, they can attempt to keep the same parentage and they can keep the same strains and lineages of things, fine. And they try to normalize growing standards, fine. There can still be differences. There's not really going to be differences from some of these infusers, except for in the fucking price category, right? Where you can justify growing standards and growing differences from state to state. Illinois to fucking any other state outside of it, Michigan, it's like 10x more strict on almost fucking everything. The parts per million of butane that you can retain in a fucking an extract, the amount of mold that you can have. Do you know that fucking Michigan has a 10x compared to fucking Illinois mold allowability, which is fucking gross. But secondly, it's not like Michigan's like, we're gonna let you smoke a bunch of fucking moldy shit, right? So they tried their best, and this is all based off of FDA standards or fucking your local food handlers, fucking IDPH, Illinois Department of Health, whatever their local fucking food handling standards are. That's how these people get their shit. But there's brand recognition across some of these fucking extractors. So, but the price difference is drastic. When we're going across state borders to Michigan and we're seeing it for fucking 6 of them for $100, and you're in Illinois and one of them costs $75 pre-fucking tax. So by the time you're done with it, you spend $100. Nobody is that dumb. Right? And that's where, like, I was trying to explain to, because I was just in a big work event with a bunch of, I actually really enjoyed it. A lot of like-minded, and all of our corporate officers is not a
Right.
lot, right? But to hear the mindset of what some people are doing and how we're trying to keep things congruent and consistent across 7 different stores or
You're right.
whatever, and you know who's growing today, and there's a lot going on that makes it tough, but
Yeah.
it's nice to see that there is, no matter where it's coming from, there are some people who actually care about representing this thing as quality.
Mhm.
And it sucks that there are regulations that do not allow them to do the things that would best benefit
Right.
them as a company. And a lot of us are fighting that same fucking problem from black market, gray market, fucking fully decriminalized market, whatever, you licensed market,
Because
right?
it's us versus them, not us versus you.
Well, you know what the problem is? It's
Them
all
being
of
the
us
government.
versus the regulation.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's
It's
all
all
of
of
us
us.
being regulated to in weird standards, and everybody wants to point a finger and go, "Oh, the state-driven license people, fuck them," or
Yep.
the state-driven license people are looking back, going, "Oh, hemp people, fuck them," and I'm going, "Hey, do you all understand? I'm trying my hardest to be fucking the peace of all of this,
Yep.
right? Let's solve world peace. You know how we do it through
Atomic
communication.
bong. Oh.
Atomic bong, yeah, fuck yeah."
Okay. Atomic bong is just another word for communication.
Yeah, it's the big atomic bong, man. It's a revolution of the brain. We talk about it a lot.
Yep.
How do we fucking get everybody on the same page? And
We need
it's
to get them
weird,
all in the
but,
same room.
but we're trying to do something in a world where we are able to travel and think faster
Yeah.
than these fucking crotchety old laws are moving about, or the fucking borders don't fucking move, right?
Right.
Or the shit. So there's just a lot of stale, stagnant shit
Sure.
that's holding people back from access to something that, regardless if it has the mold count from fucking Michigan or the mold count from Illinois, it's still fucking cannabis.
Mhm.
Why doesn't every person out there have the ability to get a peddler's license? Well, you know, I'll just go down this rant again, but it fucking pisses me off to some degree. But it also, there's clarity to it.
Yeah.
In my brain right now, I'm going, man, the miscommunication, the for a lot of people who are listening here, you're probably way smarter to cannabis than you think you are.
Yeah.
If you've been able to listen to me and Aaron talk for as long as we have about cannabis, you are probably way smarter to cannabis. And the things that you and I scoff off as
Yeah.
fucking average, everyday
Trivial.
people should know this shit, the masses don't right now. There is a absolute fucktonery of people who don't get cannabis.
Even down to the bud tenders in the stores.
No, they don't. They don't. What is
Because
the difference?
there's nothing unified.
The corporate officers, depending
Right.
on what their level of what they don't understand, right? And that's the fucking hardest part for me. Is
That's what I miss.
The retail officers are talking how to do things in a retail space, and the cannabis people are talking about how to do things with a bunch of extra terpenoids and flavonoids and boom, right? And then I'm sitting here going, okay, but the end consumer is so confused that talking either one of these statistics of measuring the business doesn't really make sense.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I just want people to fucking have access to the goddamn thing. And I promise you, whether you go to MrCBDChicago.com, which I recommend all of our listeners right here, it's a real good friend of ours. It's somebody I care about, and I hope that his business thrives. And I hope that he's able to provide jobs to some of us that are listening now so that we can work together. And like, why shouldn't we all make money from this fucking thing, right? But also know that, like, I work in a corporate fucking dispensary now. I'm not as mad at it as I used to be. I promise
think you're
you,
probably more aware of just what it is now instead of
the people who are representing it are also more aware of what it is. There's still scumbums out there. There's still people who suck. And
Yeah.
we talk about them in here,
Fucking
right?
Timmy B.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. No, there's still people that aren't good at even representing cannabis. Your big players,
Yeah.
man, the GTIs of the world, right?
The scapegoats.
And there are the scapegoats.
But
Um,
rightfully,
But rightfully, I've never
I mean,
never
it's not
necessarily,
undeserved.
bro.
Not necessarily undeserved. Sorry.
You know, and I won't even hate because a couple of their products are. I'm glad that they're there because it's
Sure.
a thing that people come back to with consistency. So good. A lot of their shit, whatever. You know, a lot of everybody's shit, whatever. You know, but that's like I'm trying so hard to figure out what the actual quality is again. Go back to the roots. Just represent the best shit. Why do we got to represent everybody, right? And that's a thing nowadays because some people are like, it's a political move, man, to bring in a cultivator and go, oh, they're on our shows because, and we're part of this. Wait until we run the next fucking part, the inclusion and whatever, equity,
Disparity and availability study.
disparity. Let me tell you what, it's fucking broken that they're gonna come out and say we've got the most diverse fucking program,
So we've
and then
talked
not
about
let
this
these people
before,
use their license.
and this is something that CIC, Cannabis Equity Illinois Coalition, shout out to them. 5-year anniversary that's coming up this weekend. I'm going to miss the party, but everybody go there, donate some money. They used to talk to us on the Monday meetings about this, and the Cannabis Regulation Oversight Office finally announced the official publication of disparity and availability study for adult use cannabis licenses in Illinois as required. It just buzzed. As required by the Cannabis Regulation and Tax Act, which is the law that
governs our entire state.
Everything.
Cannabis sales.
Yep. Everything. Along with J.B. Pritzker touting Illinois $1 billion in cannabis sales and the social equity. So it's finally done. Basically, the state paid like $2 million to this social equity accounting firm that does availability studies.
It went off again.
That's fine. To tell us how our market is doing. So the disparity study. Let me start over. The disparity study found that the CRTA successfully resulted in license ownership diversity for each license type with new licenses over the study period. Over the study period, 59% of disparity licenses were issued to minority or women-owned businesses compared to 21% for the medical cannabis market. For all licenses issued by the state, that number jumps to 60%. I'm not sure. I'm not quick enough to figure out what that means.
Yeah.
But I don't also understand why that would have a difference.
Because that's dispensary licenses.
okay.
So 59% of just dispensary licenses alone went to that. And
I
then
understand.
overall, as a whole, it's 60% because they gave a good amount of the craft
yeah.
growers, the infusers, and the transporter
Okay.
licenses to minority or women-owned.
Okay. I see now.
But bro, like
sometimes just
don't get me-
concentrating on trying to comprehend and read and
don't get
at
me
the same
tripped
time.
up on that. Cause
I thought it was important enough that we would just figure that out real quick.
Oh yeah, no.
Additionally, minority or women-owned businesses held 63% of craft grower, 61% of infuser, and 74% of transporter licenses.
All right, so check this out. This is where I will start to butt in a little bit because there's a disparity in your disparity report, if you ask me, right? How many of these people are just boards who had one of these qualifiers as the fucking board, and then they use them as their into the market?
Man, you just woke me up before I vape.
Yeah. A lot of people are only using one little player, one little thing here and there, so that they can go, oh, well, I fulfilled the statistics of. I was approached to be part of one of these boards, two of them actually, of people, because you had to have to qualify to be the most high qualifying,
The most high.
the most highest of all the highs, most ever qualified. You had to fucking have
Some people
somebody who was
say-
a veteran, somebody who was a woman, somebody who was a minority, somebody who was affected by the war on drugs, somebody who was already a part of a cannabis business at some point, some bit of like management or something, I think that they wanted to see. It was just all these weird little like things, and it made your application stand out.
Yep.
Right. But now it's like, oh, well, we're all of this.
Yep.
Are we though? Because is 1/10
we?
of the company a woman, or is 40% of that company a woman? Right. And then the rest of it, and that's just a weird thing. And I'm not like, I don't know. And they can keep claiming to be a woman owned business because she owns
Well,
51% of the shares or whatever, which is beautiful.
Additionally, the study found that nearly 84% of the state's direct forgivable loans money went to minority or women-owned businesses, according to this independent review that we paid for. These demographics make Illinois the most diverse cannabis industry in the nation.
Yeah, we
Now-
paid
now-
for them.
Yeah, I know.
Anything you pay for can be fudged
Yeah,
to
of
look like
course.
whatever you want it to.
Common and recurring themes in the report that stand out are the racial and or ethnic minority and women-owned business enterprises, M/WBEs, sounds like WMDs, that continue to voice concerns and challenges for accessing capital and financial support, as well as complex cannabis regulations and policy burdens. Yeah, we know.
Well, and here's the thing too. We have to understand. Think of this really quick. There was 100 companies as dispensaries before. They fell under probably 30 or 40 umbrellas by the time everything is said and done. That means that the number of people that you could invest in
Sure.
was that many.
Yeah.
Now there's 200.
Right.
So the amount of people that you can invest in initially has doubled. The amount of money, the amount of capital that people had to access as business owners before, it's not there anymore, right? And that's the other part of this that's really strange to me. How long does it stay afloat? Can it actually work? Because they're talking about all of these loans that they gave out
Yep.
that are forgivable loans,
Yep.
right? That because they went to all of these licenses that are almost set up to fail from the fucking beginning.
Correct.
So it's like this dump of some weird shit. Like, I'm not smart enough to politics, and I'm not smart enough to why they would do this thing, but it's really fucking weird that.
So they say that while the report finds instances of perceived discrimination, the findings state we could not meet the legal standard of attributing disparities to direct discrimination experienced by licensees or applicants.
Well, now here's the thing.
Barriers included complex application processes, unclear regulations, and the competitive advantage held by larger, more established companies affect all applicants regardless of race, ethnicity, or gender.
That's bullshit, because you and I can't get a motherfucking license.
Well, that's what they're saying, that it affects us too. So it doesn't just affect them, because it affects us too as well.
Yeah.
The report continues with other significant contributing factors and justifications for the disparities, which is weird because you would think that somebody that is investigating would not provide justification for things because they should be independent. But what do I know? I'm just a dude who does a podcast on YouTube about weed. Include timing delays with license applications, navigating complex application requirements during the COVID-19 pandemic, and litigation leading to judicial injunctions that halted state licensee issuance. The report states these insights led to the understanding that factors beyond direct or indirect discrimination may have also contributed to disparities in the cannabis industry.
I wish that they fucking I don't know. Come up with a test or something that you can't study for, and make people take the test on if they actually know what the fuck cannabis is before they get into the industry.
So here's several recommendations to cultivate a more inclusive and equitable industry. And they recommend the following: broaden the availability of financing.
That would be huge.
Throw more money at it. Throw more money at it.
Well, and honestly, money is an issue right now. I
Sure.
will tell you, there's not enough money given to the thing that is generated $1 billion worth of revenue, but $1 billion is fucking piddly dick.
Yeah.
You guys understand that? If this thing isn't,
we
2,
got
3,
7
4,
billion
5
listeners.
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. And all you would at least spend $1 on the fucking weed. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, fucking chumps.
They also want to they say we should unify data systems and additional data management. That is coming. Consolidate regulatory structure. That is also probably coming. I'm hearing rumblings of like, new cannabis czar. There's some people who are advocating for ombudsman. There's lots of stuff happening.
Dude, it's almost
conduct additional disparity studies. Give us more money and let us continue to and strengthen industry/state collaboration.
You know, it's really funny. Where does this all connect at some point, right? Because like y'all go to work, right, every once in a while, and then when you go to work, you just go to like this tiny ass office, right?
Mhm.
And then you realize how many dumbasses you work with.
Yep.
And then you're like, fuck, we're gonna. Do you think that there's some secret entity out there? They call themselves 3 letters, 4 letters, whatever the fuck. So there's some secret fucking power
Mhm.
that's got a bunch of people who understand shit. They don't know shit either. By the time we get to the end, who really is making the fucking decisions? And right now, it feels like, you have as much a voice on Reddit as you do on the fucking state capitol floor. Sometimes it feels like to get some things changed, depending on what you're doing.
I mean, honestly, the amount of people that don't show up to the state capitol floor, if more people would actually show up to the state capitol, things would actually change. I swear to God, I promise. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise. Show up.
Yeah.
Show up. People don't show up.
Yeah.
You have to. Hold on. Additional administrative recommendations also include allow SEAs, which is social equity applicants, to obtain a social equity business delegation or designation after receiving a cannabis license. So let's give them another thing and make it another business to way to highlight, take more taxes.
Yep, that's essentially it.
Implement a no change affidavit for license renewal. Okay, maybe.
No change. What does that mean?
I think they mean no charge.
Okay.
Implement sliding scale for licensing renewal fees based on sales. Yes. I don't have a problem with that.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that because honestly, if you're in a true, free, unrestricted market, you should pay like
your fair amount.
You should pay. Fine, you have to pay a fair amount. Fine, but like if your sales are not dictating that.
Well, but that would justify the fair. And I think that's it, is like all of us look for this equality or this fairness or this whatever. And we find again, you want to talk about disparities, is we all pay the same amount for a fucking licensing fucking application, yet they are allowed to grow 210,000 square feet of fucking.
And I want everybody to have a license. I want all the social equity applicants I want all the Black, I want all the Hispanic, I want all the Asian, I want anybody who wants to be in the market and has been affected disproportionately or has not had as many opportunities. I want you all to be in the market because I think you should be able to take advantage of that. I also want to be in the market.
But it's weird that you almost have to go through the polarizing politics part of it so that you can become part of it.
Right.
You literally have to, because it's a fucking game, right? to become part of this big game that the fucking
Well,
you have to know licensing,
yeah.
which none of us are fucking lawyers. I'm not. I don't know fucking legal jargon for shit.
Right.
I'm able to
I
read
don't
and
even
I'm
know I'm
able
here
to fucking
today, Judge.
yeah, I don't even know the fuck I'm doing here. This doesn't meet the standards of logic,
Right.
but whatever.
No, and I understand what you're saying. My point being in saying that I want all these people in all these ethnic groups to be in the market is because I am disappointed that we have made the social equity market the line to stop at, because we didn't want to allow a bunch of people into the market in the first place, and now we're making it not easy for social equity people to be in the market, and we're not allowing any more licenses to happen because we still can't get our social equities in.
Yeah.
So like that's the line now.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is that the line?
Well,
I want you all to be open.
yeah.
Shout out to all those social, I mean, shout out to the support your local weed man.
Yeah.
That dude said, I don't give a fuck about no license.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open up shop anyway, and he did. Go arrest him. I want to see it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked up because at this point now, the law is so interpretable that like I don't even know that fucking most cops or anything are fucking with people. They're cops just suck on a cop level, right? Like little
Right.
fucking street traffic cops can suck fucking boners to
Right.
begin with, right? If somebody's gonna pull you over and fucking go, oh, it smells like weed in your car, let me get in there and check. You suck. Right, that from ground up, but those
Yeah.
are the kids that got picked on in high school and shit. Anyway,
They also want to implement a third-party transport mandate,
yeah, good, fine. Who gives a shit?
allowing
The-
users to apply for processing licenses to process and extract cannabis products. Okay,
you run it up.
sure.
Whatever they feel is, yeah. Hey, listen, this is a broken ass system.
Hell yeah, it is.
I'll tell you what, and it's not just because of laws or anything. It's because of also interpretation. It's because laws are the way that people are supposed to interpret, and the problem is that there's two fucking broken laws, right? Anything that calls something hemp and anything that calls something cannabis, but we're talking about the same fucking plant. We broke some.
Hey, here's something cool. Let's highlight something cool. Illinois News Joint. Love these guys. Jason, Ashley, Michael, Lasley. Sorry. Jason and Michael, you guys are awesome. They are having they're hosting the Illinois Craft Showcase. Discover Illinois' licensed craft growers and infusing. There is going to be product sampling, free swag, games, giveaways, and VIP tickets. September 7th, 12 to 6. Looks like it's going to be at Molly's Joint down in Tilton, Illinois, which is the 1937 group. I know a bunch of those guys.
There's a lot of really cool groups here,
Yes.
actually.
Nez Cannabis, shout out to them.
Yeah,
I've
Lobo's
been impressed
there,
by
they're
them.
cool, and Livin's kind of
yeah.
cool. They got like fucking popcorn and
Yep.
shit. Yeah, super cool.
Yep.
Canact is good. Galaxy Labs has some cool ass genetics. Yeah, no, it's so cool. Smokey's actually got great
Ooh.
fucking flavored shit.
No, Dave. See this right here? High five.
Yeah.
I shout out to him. I can't. I'm glad you are open now. That is one of my favorite bud tenders from Zen Leaf St. Charles.
Nice. Good shit, man.
Shout out to him. He told me it was coming eventually. I haven't seen anything, but I know that's his logo because that's on his
Nice.
hat.
Fuck
Shout out. Hell yeah. Love that dude. One of the OGs from the med markets.
Yeah, and I genuinely hope that all of these brands are able to somehow find a sustainability. But until there's craft growers who are able to somewhat poke some of these monster cultivations, and like you have to understand, I'm not even against monster cultivation. I wish everybody could be as big as they could fucking actually sustain and make a quality product out of, right? But everybody goes, oh, I want to do that. I don't. And you don't. I was in a facility recently and I'm like, ugh. Could you imagine
Yes.
if Oh yeah. Here you go. You ready for this one?
Yes.
What if you needed nutrients added to the soil, but the nutrient guy didn't fucking come in today?
Well, you're 2 weeks too late anyway.
What if you needed plants cut down, but the plant group has COVID now, so fucking 6 people can't come in to
So you
fucking
can't
cut down
harvest.
plants.
Yeah.
You can't harvest. What do? There's like a lot of factors inside of these bigger grow facilities, and they're being demanded of. You're being told, give me your shit ASAP. I need it now. I don't know, man. Everybody thinks that it's like this great, glorious thing, and I don't think that it's not, but I think running a business at that level isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
Also. So I just wish everybody had access and everybody could get to access. And listen, there 1000% is still the ability for any one of you to license through the state, right? Or to license in other new pop-up states. Kentucky's coming about. For any of those who didn't know, Kentucky's on its way. You know, there's plenty of states that are still accepting applicants for cannabis companies.
Sure.
So
You're not wrong.
you know, and you're like, well, I want it my way. I want to stay at my house and have it for, well, yeah, we all want that. But like sometimes if this is really your dream, I beg all of you, chase that motherfucker because it's available somewhere. My dream is just not to own a 100,000, 200,000 square foot fucking warehouse and try and grow cannabis in it.
Yeah,
It's too much.
That's too many lights. I don't need that many lights.
Dude, $1 million+ in electricity a fucking year, dude.
That's crazy. So how did you like the tour? Because I know you
It's
went
amazing.
down and
I
so
love it.
you got to see all the plants.
I love it.
Do you get to see all the little baby clones?
Plants, clones, how they were cloning.
So are they doing, can I ask you a couple questions? It's nothing that's super crazy.
Yeah, well, if I'm able to answer, I will.
Sure. Are they doing tissue culture cloning down there yet? I would assume.
It's expensive.
It is very expensive.
It's expensive, and to get tissue culture clones, depending on what it is, you'll bring them in.
Yeah.
Right, but mostly you're pheno hunting. You're popping seeds.
Sure.
You're finding that strong, hardy baby.
Are they
that
doing pheno hunts down there?
They have. They don't at the current moment. And they
logistically, it's a nightmare.
it's a fucking disaster. From what my understanding is, they go to other facilities, and because MSOs are cool, right?
Yeah.
And like you'll probably know somebody too,
Yeah.
right? You're going to get genetics from somebody specifically. So you go in, you check out all their genetics. You see exactly what the fuck their grow looks like under a fucking inside a indoor or under
you see what the conditions are.
Correct.
You understand what you're looking for, if you can adapt it to what your conditions and or
Bingo.
growing medium are. Yes.
Bingo. So there's some hunting going on that way. I think that's a little bit easier for
So
people
there's like
to
a
do
community.
at this
There's like community hunting going on, but nothing specifically looking for.
Directly in the place that I represent now, they are not in-house fucking hunting because it
Gotcha.
just takes too much. And you can bring in 10, 12 new hardy genetics from somewhere else, throw all of those in, see how they do real quick,
Right.
and then hunt that
Yeah.
out, right? You know what I mean?
100%.
Instead of fucking popping seeds.
Let's hunt winners and let's not hunt winners from seed because it's 1 in 1,000.
Yep. And so, you know, and they're obviously mother plants are beautiful, dude.
What
and then
what kind of
cycling.
medium are they doing?
I believe it's a
Cocoa?
I believe so. Now I feel bad that I say that because maybe I'm wrong and maybe that means something more to a grower or to somebody who's growing. And I was not as, first of all,
Interested.
not that I wasn't interested. First of all, I'm deaf as fuck, man. It's hard for me to hear sometimes.
And you're not an upfront guy. You're like a.
There's fans going everywhere, right?
I know.
There's
It's
so
light.
much light happening.
Yep.
And the lights give a little fucking noise too, maybe even. You know
Yep.
what I mean? There's like a hum
LEDs?
just constantly, depending. HPS and LED, both.
Nice.
Yes.
Veg to flower?
And fucking greenhouse.
Yeah.
which I
Okay.
was very impressed by.
Yeah.
I think greenhouse is a beautiful thing
Hoop
when
house.
it's done correctly.
Yep.
I really do.
Sure.
And they're talking about doing like some cool shit in the future.
Yep.
And I was so impressed. But that's different. Yeah, they really do have, and the thing is, everybody goes, "Oh, I don't want to smoke that fucking, don't be selling me that greenhouse is that premium shit," and they're not.
Yeah.
That's why it's beautiful that
Yeah.
they have an indoor facility,
Mhm.
a greenhouse facility.
Mhm.
They want to grow outdoor because realistically, the mids shit people will buy as fucking popcorn and shake and whatever the fuck. And
That's
all
where
of
you
us
need
are
to
going,
grow it.
okay,
It's
fine.
outside. Yeah.
Well, but take the outdoor grow and just straight blast that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Straight recycling system,
Yeah.
right? Because you already have enough spoilage and shit that
Sure.
isn't growing to your standards. So
Yeah.
you fucking cut that down. You just make some fucking extract out of it,
Right.
right? You turn it into fucking distillate.
Yeah,
You get a little fucking mold. Yeah, you fucking
Yeah.
blast that shit. You distill it, and you fucking only retain what you need, right?
Yep.
The cannabis is just a big recycling system.
It
We've
is.
said it. We've gone on record saying it a lot of time. We all know it. And if you're not recycling, you're fucking up, right?
Yep.
But the other part is like,
Gotta put them spider mites somewhere.
well, bingo, dude, and that's
Right.
it. Is like I respected the respect for the plant and the treatment of the plant through its different phases. To also grow in a facility that has the space for you to move shit around or to shut down entire
Yep.
fucking zones and shit.
It's hard enough to. It's hard enough to grow 5 plants.
Bingo.
It's hard
Right?
enough to get through
But you're-
5 plants
And
fucking get
you're
them
growing
cured.
5 plants in one space,
Yeah.
right? Which means if any one of those plants has a problem, then the whole fucking plants have a problem. If you were able to grow 5 different plants in 5 different spaces, you may have a better opportunity to control
Yeah.
some of the things, the environment. You'll be able to put more CO2. You'll be able to put more nitrogen into that soil. You'll be able to put more fucking
That's right.
nutrients and whatever
You'll be
you
able to
need.
test your soil.
Right. Bingo. So
Check your EC.
yeah, and I to see people who actually do it on a grand scale but are
Mhm.
doing it well. All right, because I've seen some people doing it on the grand scale that I looked at and I'm like, bruh, do y'all know what the other people are doing out
Right.
there? Do you know what you're missing out? And I went and saw a facility that is, well, I think genuinely, and I'm not just saying it because I'm a part of them. You guys have to understand, I would trash the people that I work with if they fuck up.
He has,
but-
not the people he works with now.
No, because I actually enjoy them.
Yeah.
And so far, I'm not public with, well, I mean, you know.
I mean, you
to-
kind of are, but
yeah, I'm out there. You can see me.
I mean, why not?
Go ahead.
There's
Find me if
some-
you want to. I just don't, I
this is
don't
all
want to be
personal
a
opinion anyway.
direct connect. And I
Yeah.
don't know what they would think of me
Sure.
speaking my mind freely. But I know that they know who I am. They've seen this
Yeah.
content of me before.
Didn't you say you were in some meeting and somebody was like, "Oh, peace, love, and cope over here"?
Yeah, they asked who was the most likely. It was like everybody guess who we're talking about. We were supposed to write it down. Who's the most likely to solve world peace in the company? And like nobody really knows everybody, right? But the second that they fucking said it, in my head, I was like,
Am I fired?
no, I raised my hand in the middle of this meeting and I was like, hey, when you think it's yourself, are you supposed to write that down? And then they all started laughing. And everybody was like, why? Do you think this is you? And I was like, I'm going to be real dead ass honest with you. I don't know the rest of the categories and I don't really care. If this isn't me, then I have fucked up somewhere in my life.
I have failed all of you.
Yeah. And then like everybody started laughing. The fucking boss was like, do you understand that his name is Peace, Love, and Cope? Like this guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, all right.
All right,
So you
cool.
all do know me?
All right, cool.
Good. Because
Because having to explain it's really weird.
I feel, yeah. Yeah. And I got a lot of opinions towards shit, you know?
Hell yeah. You don't even have to ask sometimes.
No. No, I'll give it to you.
Thursday nights, Peace, Love, and Cope. YouTube,
Yeah.
7 or 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Central Standard time right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking good times. Hey, you want to talk about Germany?
I love the Germans.
You want to talk about?
Well, I don't really.
You want to talk
I don't
about
know. People
Tilray
might
too?
hate Germans, so whatever your preference is, whatever. I love everybody.
We can talk about Tilray. We love Tilray too, don't we?
Oh, well, it depends on
They're-
how much money you fucking invested in that.
I mean, they're up like $1.50 right now.
Hey!
They're a global leader in cannabis research, cultivation, production, and distribution. Announced that its Germany cannabis cultivation facility, Apria RX GmbH, has received the first new cannabis cultivation license issued under MedCan G Germany.
Germany's new Cannabis Act.
Yep, that's
But
right.
that's probably their fucking tax structure. I would love to does it go on? All right, go on. I'm not going to interrupt
The new
you.
cannabis cultivation license allows Apria RX to cultivate and manufacture a broad commercial range of medical cannabis, providing patients with better access to high-quality medical cannabis produced in Germany. Yeah, for sure. We're thrilled to receive this license that will provide greater access to some of the highest quality medical cannabis produced in Germany and enable us to expand the range of treatment options available to patients. Tilray Chief Strategy Officer and Head of International
Go
Denise
get them.
Faltschek said, "We
Holy
appreciate the trust that the German government has placed in Tilray, and we're proud of our team for their groundbreaking work in medical cannabis cultivation and patient care."
Good for them.
Yeah.
You know what? No matter what, and this is the thing, right? America's like all of us are going. Well, do they deschedule it or do they reschedule it or does it have medical benefit or what, bro? It's fucking global now, right?
Yeah,
We've
I hope
gone past the
I hope you
reaches of.
commented. Today was the end of the commenting period for the rescheduling for public, for the DA. So just,
Fucking.
hope you made a comment.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Yes.
Yeah, tell them.
Yeah.
Government cares. They listen.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to fucking Germany and Tilray.
Congrats, y'all.
They're expanding its genetics to a total of 31 approved strains from the previously approved 3 strains.
Whoa!
So that's awesome.
Wowee, that is fucking cool.
That is fire.
And you know what? It would be of a strict place to go. No, only 3. I don't know. I tried hard to get it German. 9. Yeah.
9.
Nanka.
Yeah.
No fucking.
No fucking body fucking what the fuck?
No.
How can she slap?
Yeah. Hey man, it was good to come back and do
Dude,
this
hell
thing
yeah.
again. I fucking missed it. I hope y'all don't mind me ranting about cannabis sometimes. I love this shit.
It's fun.
Do you guys know how much I actually fucking care? Do you know how weird it is for me to go into fucking large settings of people who are supposed to be professional representatives of cannabis and watch them fuck up? I beg you, if you're listening, you might not be from one of these larger groups or whatever. You're probably trying to represent your own thing.
Right.
For the love of God, please know fucking what you're talking about. Know the difference between fucking THC, Delta 9, THCA,
Delta
8.
THCV.
Yeah. Oh, and even then, like
HHC.
methods of ingestion,
Yeah.
the cannabinoids.
Yeah.
Stop confusing people with fucking terpene talk.
Yeah.
Leave them on the basic sativa and indica, right?
Yeah.
The basics,
Yeah.
right? You go into some high level talk, you want to get real fucking high level about some
Be
shit.
real
Let
sure
some
about
people
it.
know about fucking terpenoids.
Yeah.
And even then, do we know
about
that
proper dosage?
terpenoids have genuine, proven medical benefit? Yes, we fucking do.
Yep.
And do we know that different terpenoids actually benefit certain conditions even better?
Yes.
Yes, we fucking do. Do you know what this thing they call the entourage effect is? I hope you fucking do. But the other part is, because we exist in a space where people can use their nose,
Mhm.
typically our body is telling us what we need, right? So if you let somebody smell a jar of something and it smells and they go, oh, I want that. That's because they want that. Their body desires that. It's not even just this trivial, I'll break off a few dollars for you.
No,
Fucking
it's our
No,
gut biomes telling us,
yeah.
giving us information that
Oh, I
that's
want
something
that.
that we need.
Oh, I need some more of that.
Yep, just like the plant does with enzymes. It
So-
takes in the enzymes and it says, "Hey, this is what I need," and the enzymes go out and they're refreshed and they look for that and they bring it back to the plant. And
You know,
same kind of enzymes in our gut do the same thing for us.
the only reason I bring that up
Mhm.
is because if you don't know
Now you know.
cannabis
Oh.
and you can shove a jar into somebody's face,
Yep.
you don't have to know cannabis
That's right.
anymore. And that might be the biggest downfall to the market that I represent right now. The second
Yeah,
that they are able to shove a jar into somebody's face,
I don't know, man. Smell this one.
it's going to revolutionize the way that fucking
Yeah.
the consumer is
Not
able
wrong.
to consume, right? I'm going to go, oh, that's quality. I'll take that. Right now it's broken, right? And so use it to your advantage, friends
Yeah.
that are listening. Let people stick their fucking nose in it. Or again, know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Go, oh, this is my strawberry cough and
Yep.
it has osamine, and osamine proves to be a better anti-tumoral fucking
Yeah.
terpenoid.
Even
So I would
if
say
everybody's
consume that.
repeating the same thing, at least everybody's on the same page. Fucking train your budtenders, you fucking lazy fucks.
Well, and I
Develop
promise
some
you,
training,
it's-
you lazy fucks.
there needs to be a better fucking set of state-derived training. I would love to put it together for them. I would love to sell the fucking education side of
Yeah,
things. It's
that'd
not
be
a
so
bad idea.
cool.
We've talked about
We've
it.
talked about it.
Yep.
You know, things have happened and things are still in the works, and
Maybe
business
I
entities
could.
have been formed, and like, let's see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to fucking make a thing.
Hmm.
Anyway, you know, the creative juices sometimes are just flowing for all of us, and we have some brilliant ideas, some ways to fix some shit, or some ways to do the shit that we're doing better.
Yeah.
But then we lose time, and maybe it's not that we lose time; it's that hey, let me tell you what though. If I go, oh, you know what? Let me smoke before I go fucking do this.
Yeah.
I'm typically not as productive.
Yeah.
And let's be fucking honest with one another, right?
Yep.
There are some people, yes, some of us thrive under the influence of cannabis and can do just fine. I typically I'm like this. I've consumed no fucking caffeine for today. I'm ready to go no matter
Yep.
what. I've smoked all kinds of shit.
Yep. After work.
Yeah, and I beg all of you to really just fucking take that ownership of your time a little bit better and use it to fucking better some of that shit you're
Mhm.
doing out there. Because some of you are fucking right on the edge of just making the largest breakthroughs, you
Yep.
know? And I want to see all of you do it so desperately. Like I said, I believe in some of the people that I represent. The big fucking players are probably going to
Yeah.
keep being big players, friends.
Yeah. At least around here.
It's an unfortunate truth for some people who would rather be the big players themselves.
Yeah.
But it is a very fortunate truth for the people who are actually doing it. They deserve their space too. It's not their fault that the fucking state only gave out 20 fucking licenses. It's not.
No.
And it's not even their fault that they were able to fucking acquire one. Like, I'm proud of the people who have fucking acquired
Yeah.
it. It sucks that you're not able to do the same thing if that's what you want to do. But
It sucks that the state makes it so unprofitable for the big people to even run that the big people have to spend money to keep other people out. Because it's not their fault that the state makes it so shitty and overtaxes it. Because if you were to actually look at the numbers, you would be surprised at how little money these people actually make. And they have to keep it all on, cash, and they get taxed on the cash.
Get into the
and
loan business, friends.
Yeah, for real.
If you have millions of dollars, get into the loan business and loan fucking cannabis companies your money right now. I'm surprised that more millionaires/billionaires aren't doing it to begin with. The rate at which these fucking places are returning the fucking, it's like 9% over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard me right. If anybody knows what the fuck that means, it's disgusting.
That's 9 points.
It's disgusting. It's and some of them are genuinely able to fucking handle that kind of a load, and they're able to fucking or if not, you're able to put a lien against their fucking
Yeah.
licenses, and then you just start taking their licenses. And
Yeah.
now you got your fucking business that you always wanted. Now go do it better.
Yep.
Right? Because
That's what's happened to a lot of places.
yeah,
No lie.
dead ass.
Shit. Hey, bro.
Shit.
Good to see you.
Better to see you, man.
Hell yeah. Thanks. Sunday was fun. We finally got to play some disc golf together.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yep.
His
I did
girlfriend
have a
beat
good-
all of us.
Yeah. She's better than us.
Handily.
Yeah.
She got that new swing timing thing going on. That's really nice. That golf swing she's got going on is really killing it for her.
Yeah. She's yep. It's hard to when you're like the guy who goes and starts and you're like, hey everybody.
Yep.
All right, here we go. And then when you come back, now everybody's like, hey buddy, what happened today? Why is your girlfriend beating you?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Well, you got free brekkie.
Dude. And it was fire too.
Yep. Did you give her $1? Because I gave her $1.
Oh.
Yeah, you might owe
I think
her
I
$1.
did. No, I did.
Okay, cool.
No, I did. No, I did.
All right.
I did. And she was like, no, I can't take that. I'm like, listen, that's the
have
whole
to.
thing. That's what you got to do. Put it in your bag or something. Give it to somebody else when they make it.
I have a $5 bill that I won from Rafa.
Listen.
It's on my fridge.
I think I have.
The same 20. Don't you guys have the unlucky 20 that you, B Hood and Rafa pass around?
No, oh my God, dude. If that 20 is still around. No, I forgot who fucking took it. Somebody got rid of
Probably
it.
Evan.
I think Raf was able to get rid of it. That was fire.
That's awesome.
Oh, you just made me think of that. Yeah, goddamn. No, yeah, pay your debts.
Yeah,
too.
pay your debts.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
owe somebody some
Ben
money,
Flood,
give him
he's
some
still owing me
money.
money.
Really?
Yeah.
Ben, what the fuck?
I love him. He's fine. I don't care. I've
Yeah.
known him since he was like 14. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and he
honest to God.
He probably ain't listening to this.
No, he ain't listening to his
we
dog
should
shit.
force him to.
I mean, I saw him at the Flex the one time and I was like, hey, you got some money? He's like, I do owe you money, don't I, bro? I was like, yep. He's like, here's $30. And I was like, all right, cool.
To start.
Better than most people would do.
To start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to let him play the Flex unless he gave me some money.
Yeah. I like that.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, enough rambling. We love you all. Smoke weed every day. Peace.
Thanks for listening. I love y'all.
Hell yeah.
Yo, ding dong, we're done here. Time to go.